In a draft class with Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Buddy over there, Sam Darnold is the first quarterback to bring his team to a Super Bowl. And not only that, when they needed him most, he delivered the Lombardi. I'm not Emmanuel Acho, but it's time to have an uncomfortable conversation about not just Sam Darnold, but the entire NFL. Let's talk about it. We have to stop moving the goalposts. Every season, all players, coaches, GMs, and owners across the nation align on one thing. They tell us it in every interview, press conference, and media day.
No, it's Super Bowl or bust. That's the goal every year.
And every year is 1,696 of the world's best athletes striving for that. An achievement so great that 97% fail at accomplishing it. And for a long time, nobody thought he ever would. But now that he has, I don't want to hear none of that Sam got carried BS. A Super Bowl used to be mandatory for a quarterback's legacy. But now, since you don't like how they win, you're gonna try and discount it. Man, miss me with all that. The praise needs to be just as loud as the disrespect. Samuel Richard Darnold is a Super Bowl winner. How many of us could say we expected that to start the season? The same guy that was a meme for his comments about
Seeing ghosts.
the same QB who many thought would be out of the league or a career backup after his Jets and Panthers tenures. The same player who balled out on a prove-it deal and was still kicked to the curb to now be immortalized in Seattle forever, cementing him as one of the greatest career revivals in NFL history. To start his career, he was seeing ghosts, but on Sunday, he became the Ghostbuster. But this ain't no biography, so let's talk ball. There's no reason to debate. Sam Darnold is easily in the top 10 quarterbacks, and he's not 10. This ain't a Super Bowl overreaction neither, so here's some numbers. In Minnesota, Sam was the 4th most sacked in the entire NFL. Despite that, he was 5th in passing yards, 5th in passing touchdowns, 6th in yards per attempt, had the 6th highest passer rating, 6th in fourth quarter comebacks, and 2nd in game-winning drives. He was statistically a top 5 passer in Minnesota last season, getting them to 14-3. And in his first playoff game ever, he was sacked 9 times, but everybody blamed him. The most he's ever been sacked in his career, even worse than his Jets days. And listen to this, when sacked 5 or more times, his career record is 1-5. And when you're down in big games and are sacked a lot, it requires you to excessively throw the ball. In the Vikings-Rams playoff game in 2024, he threw 40 pass attempts. His career record when throwing 40 or more passes is 2-10. This game was blown way out of proportion for the narrative associated with it. He went 25 for 40, 245, 1 tug, 1 pick, and a fumble with a 62% completion percentage. Media talked about it like he had 4 interceptions in a playoff game like some other quarterback I know. And the media matters. I think the Vikings, in part, let him walk because of this perception. Even though the answer was right in front of us the whole time. Elite defense, good run game, and protection for your quarterback. It's not rocket science. Seattle picked up on this and scooped him up quick. They ran it just as much as they passed, scoring 19 touchdowns on the ground and 25 through the air. And with a better team, managed to do a lot more. With being sacked only 27 times, the 18th most in the league, he was 5th in passing yards again, 9th in passing touchdowns, 2nd in yards per attempt, had the 11th highest passer rating, 11th in fourth quarter comebacks, and 4th in game-winning drives. Taking another new team to 14-3 again. That's not a coincidence. Now, it'd be irresponsible to not mention that he led the league in turnovers with 20. However, he got it under control when it mattered most and had 0 for the whole playoffs. So to me, that offsets. And he's done his part all playoffs this season. First game against the Niners. Only needed to throw 17 times in that blowout, but still did his part in taking care of the ball. 12 for 17, 124, a touchdown, no turnovers, 70% completion percentage. Next up, he faced the team he lost to in the playoffs last year, the squad responsible for his Minnesota departure. He played them twice earlier this year, walking away with a 1-1 record, 2 touchdowns, and 6 picks across 2 games. Surely this is where he'll fold again. Except it wasn't. He rose to the occasion with his best playoff performance ever. 25 for 36, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 69% completion percentage. Take a look at his pressure numbers in comparison to the 2 other regular season games against the Rams. LA thought they had the game plan of, if you pressure Sam, he'll fold. But to Darnold's credit, he's seen this movie before. He wasn't about to let this same team ruin another redemption story for him. Not this time. So in a great back and forth, he came out with the dub against his kryptonite, the LA Rams. But as we know, it didn't stop there. Next came the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots rematch. To be quite frank, it wasn't close. Seattle was so elite defensively, killing that Pats O-line all game. And Drake May was just too inexperienced to do anything against them. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, as his name suggests, walked all over this Pats team. Even when he was stuffed in the backfield, he found ways to gain yardage, finishing with 27 attempts, 135 rushing yards, and 5 yards per carry. But let's talk about how Sam played. 19 for 38, 202, 1 tug, no turnovers. His stat line won't blow you away, but I was very impressed with his poise. In big moments in the past, Sam has made costly mistakes that made you question his clutch ability. That can no longer be questioned. The Pats game plan to shut down JSN, and they did. But even when JSN went out with that head injury, the Seattle pass game kept the ball moving to Kupp and Barner. Now, he missed 2 great touchdown opportunities to JSN and Shaheed, but I'm not penalizing him for that in a win where it wasn't costly. Both teams had great defense. The difference in this QB matchup was just experience. May wasn't ready for this moment. Clearly his O-line neither. Sam was calm and ready for everything New England threw his way, and that will make Sam Darnold and his Seahawks team even scarier next year. They understand the winning formula, and Sam is no longer a weak spot. He's been a real asset on 2 Super Bowl contending teams back to back, and if he didn't before, he should have earned your respect right now. Put him in your top QB conversations next year. The Seattle Seahawks will always be contending. They've been under 500 one time since 2012. A franchise that knows defense wins championships. They're not consumed by the flashiness of offensive play. They lean on their defense and their run game. And if things don't go to plan, you got a $100 million quarterback to pick up where you lacking. We saw it last year with Philly. Leaned on Saquon, the O-line, and the defense all year, just for Jalen Hurts to light you up in the pass game when it mattered most. Sam's moment came in the conference game, but the premise remains. This huge arm, superhuman build stuff is overrated, respectfully. Because when you treat these QBs like demigods, and you pay them as such, you expect them to have the Midas touch and turn all your flaws into gold. That's not reality. Football is America's greatest team game. You need 11 guys in sync for almost the entire 60 minutes, and the winner always goes to the most prepared. This is a copycat league, so I expect others to follow suit. They really want to win, that is. To the rest of the NFL, should your most important asset be the driver or the car? Because the car is going to tell you your top speed potential. The driver is going to tell you how close you can get to that max. Similarly, the franchise sets the ceiling. The coaches and players are the boxes you stand on to boost you up, and your QB determines how high you jump to reach that trophy off the shelf. Some got to jump straight from the ground, others got foundations mirroring skyscrapers. But in the end, it's about what you accomplish, not where you started. And in his home state, in the stadium of his former team where he was once a backup, Sam Darnold accomplished his childhood dream of being a Super Bowl champion. Can't nobody take that away from him.
Talked a lot this last week about belief. A lot of people, didn't believe in me, but it didn't matter because the ones that are close believed in me, including y'all. I appreciate y'all so much.
Congrats, Sam. You earned it.